Good morning, everyone. A very good morning. Shall we begin the session? Today's topic is the design of the dynamic web pages. So, whatsoever the web pages, whatsoever the web process we are taking out, that is used for the designing purpose, that is used for the dynamic web pages, how it is created, how it will make effect on the dynamic web pages or web creation. These 6 templates have been used for the background processing, and these are available for the web process that has been taken out for the background process. So first is opening the page, application, explaining the application and the logic form, then demographic form, then first chart display, perception report form, next chart display. Thanks for participating. Okay. Let's begin with the session. So next part is opening a page. That is how we can use, or what are the basic template that is used in the application.cfm, by which we can enable, by which we can use the template version of this persistent session variables, and this application.cfm will be provided with the session management that will be used for creating specification or persistence session variables. And this variable session data source is also set in this template. So we have 6 main templates of which we have attached. Template for the background processing is the opening page explaining the application and the logic form, then demographic information or demographic form, then first chart display, perception report form, next chart display, then thanks for participating. So these must be persistent with the object with the specification that will be used with the data source. First is the opening page. The first template, that is the index.cfm, opens the experiment for modification for the participant, and it explains the application, it explains the form, and asks the participant for his or her keyword. And as indicated above, the keyword is not a password, but it is simply a form of recording to which the recruitment group the participants belong. Opening template contains a small form in which it is used to record the participant key. In the application, for example, we use the key CF, and when the form is submitted, the control is transferred to the template form1.cfm. So this template, this form will be submitted out, this control will be transferred to the template. This is the index.cfm. Then there is a P. There is a relative long introduction to the application which has a little relevance for the implementation. You can also read the full text in this example. So this is available in the P. Then form, action, form1.cfm method equals to post. So we take care of the form tag that includes 2 attributes, action. Now action includes form1.cfm, method is a post. Now P, if you wish to participate, please type your keyword. So if you wish to participate, please type your keyword. Then input type text. Now it is given as a text box. The name is a keyword, value is blank. Then again P will be closed. Then P and click the button. So we are using the P tag for writing the information and click on the button. Then P, input type, submit, name equals to response, value equals to participate. There is a submit button that is used in this, that name is a response, and the value for the button, that's the representation of the button, that is a participant. Then P, else go to the preferred URL. These are available in the P tag, and we are creating the box, we are creating the submit button, participate button, and again we are creating with the preferred URL. And after reading about the experiment, as indicated, the visitor is offered the option to cancel his or her participation as indicated over here. And this application or applicant is carried out with the following rules. Now this is the output for this. The participant is carried out according to the following rules. First is when you decide to participate, click on the participate button at the bottom of this page. Then next one is a demographic form that will be displayed, and you will be asked to give the certain demographic data. And after submitting the application form, completed form, the application or the random fact will be generated and displayed. That will be randomly used as a fixed time interval as a part of application design, and sometimes a presentation that is not displayed at all. And when this presentation has disappeared, the second form, that is a report form, will also follow with the question that will be used about the presentation you just watched. And this has been designed to be technically easy to complete, and the time for responding to this form, that is not the time foundation. So this will be used as a time foundation that will be used as a response by which we can access the code, by which we can use the code. This is the output of this profile, this CFM code that will be available. So when you decide to participate, click on the participate button, enter this one, and a demographic form will be submitted out. So, and whenever we are using this one, so this paragraph will be used for these three paragraphs. These are the three paragraphs over here. And the applicants or applications will go as long as there are fixed left and you are agree to this participate. So if you wish to participate, please type your keyword. So over here you have to type your keyword and click on the button participate. Or else you go to the preferred URL. So either you go to the preferred URL, either you can go with the textbook, either you can click on the participate. Then next is the demographic form. So before starting with the demographic data, that is the geographical data, it's very important to give the participants some identifications on permitting, or by identification permitting to recognize him or her condition each or every time he or she returns to a field. One option is a use with the cookies, as we did in the market research. And since people do not permit their browsers to access the cookies, we use another technique also in this experiment. As soon as the visitor has decided to become a participant, the control goes to the template, that is a form 1.ca. So according to this line 2, so participant is also given as an internal identifier that is known as the session participants that contributed or contributed from the time it has been created out. It has been used out for the identification from scratch to the demonstrate the principle in detail. And there is also a microscopic result for us that two or more participants can be assigned identifiers within the same second, within the same limit that are close to the last, so the session in the lines 3 to 6, including the day, including the time, including the IP number of the client. And the keyword which all is required that it also saved in the database. Yeah, these are the demographic form that will be used with the CFM templates. Then follows with the demographic forms in the line 11 to 64 that is also displayed for collecting the background data about the participants. And each one have each the advantages is also taken as a HTML form possibilities that will be including with the menu to check the relevant options. The template is long up and introduce any new CFMX features. This form 1.cfm, CF set, session participant, second, now, 60 minute, now, second. That is a 60 into 60 hours. And now, 60 into 60 into 24, that will be given as a month, year, that will be used. Then CF set, session date format now, CF set, session date, time format now, session host, CGI remote address, then session.keyword, form.keyword, then H2 demographic form. Then H2 will be closed and the P will be closed. Then BR, that is used for the break. We are using the line break. So this information will be required when the form is needed for the classifying your questions answered about the presentation in the demographic and the social categories such as the male, female, age group. That is demographic information, that is background information, and your identity will not be revealed by your answers. That will be given with the B, that will be given with the I, that will be included with the arrow symbol with the right hand side, on the right hand side that reply box to the reply button. Then form action equals to, now we are creating a form, the action is first chart.cfm, then method equals to post. Now this will be required for the method post, first chart.cfm. Then it is also required with the post, it is also required with the table, it is also required with CFM. Now we are getting a table that includes the TR, that includes the TD. There are two parts, one is the TR, one is the TD over here. Then I is your font face, that's color, red, gender, font. Then ID, we are creating out the ID that is used with the select name, option value 0, unanswered, value 1, male, then female. Then select will be closed, TD will be closed, TR will be closed. Then TR, then TD. Now the next part will be used within the table, that is the TD. Then select name equals to A. So we are using out the select, we are using out the checkboxes for this one, that is used by the select. And what is the name given over here is age. Now option value equals to 0. So first option is given as the answer answered. Second option is given as a 19 years or less. Then 20 to 24 years. Then third option is 25 to 29 years. So these are available within the options values. The next is 30 to 49, and at last there is a fifth option, 50 and above, or 50 or above, either 50 or above. Yes, yeah, it is included, or it is an inclusive series basically. This is tells about the 25 to 29. That means 30 is included in the next part. There is no confusion, there is no confliction that that is included over here, that is included over there. Then the select will be closed, TD will be closed. Then TR will be closed. Next year, next row will be open, then TD, I, RU phone, color. This will be given as it is in the italic. So are you studying, working, that is displayed over here. Then again we are taking out the option that is a subject. First is the unanswered, then humanities, social science, life science. So these are the multiple 9 options that is available over here. Then the select will be closed, TD will be closed, TR will be closed. Again there is a new TR that is open over here. Then the TD will be closed. So are you living? Then select name, president. Then option, there are multiple options. Again there is a, that means where do you live? What is the residence? Unanswered. That's no, you don't want to answer that one. Denmark, that is not mandatory field. You can select anyone. Norway, Sweden, European countries, United States, other countries. Then select will be closed, TD will be closed. Again there is a TR will be closed, then table will be closed. Now if you want to continue, click on the button. So if you want to continue, then click on the main button. This is displayed over here. Now next is the submit. Name is submit, value is continue. Then font color is red. Please be patient while the display is compiled out. Then the font will be closed. It should be given in the red color. Then BR for the break, P, L sleeve for the URL you prefer. Then the P will be closed and the font will be closed. So these are the various HTML tags that will display the page. Looks like this one. As I told you, there is a option that will be displayed within the drop-down menu. So heading is the demographic form. Then the information you give on this form is needed for classifying your answers about the presentations in the demographic and the social categories. There is the same paragraph that will be displayed by using the P tag. Then please click on the arrow symbol at the right side that will be given with the options displayed and make your selections. Now, is your gender? You can select the gender. Is your age? You can select the age. Are you studying or working in? You can select the option. There are 9 options over here. Are you living in? You can choose the country. Now, if you want to continue, click on the button. We have also created one button. This is the continue button. Continue. Please be patient while the display is compiled. Elsewhere, your URL will prefer. So this is how we can create the options, how we can create the form that appears to the user. And when submitted, this template calls upon the template that is the first chart.cf. The next part is displaying the first chart. So first template chart.cfm has two tasks: take care of and save the data submitted by the participants, completed demographic form, prepare for sending the first chart presentation to the participants. The first task requires a CF query tag that will be displayed into the insert into tag, and the statement specifies all the variables we want to insert into the table form one of the database, that is a session.data source and their values. And the first four are the values of the session variable that is defined in the previous template also. So these are the various keywords. These are the various qualifier form because they were submitted by the last grade form, and the value of the keyword variable was also defined as a session variable in the previous template. And all these variables are also introduced to the database as a text, as a object, that is they are surrounded by the single quote. So they are used in a single quote, they are available in the single quotes. And this is the next coding that available that is used for the session variables. This coding will display, that is the first chart.cfm, that will display the store answers from the participants form, then CF query, add form 1, data source. Now we are using the insert statement. So we are using the insert statement by finalizing into the value. So we are use insert into the form one, participant, day, hours, minutes, host, gender, age, subject, resident, and keyword. So these are the a few we can say the fields or the column headings that will be displayed. Now what we are going to insert into these fields, into these forms, that is the value. First value is the session dot participants, then second is the session dot date, then session dot time, session dot host, form dot gender, form dot age, form dot subject, form dot resident, and the session dot keywords. Then CF query will be closed. Then randomize and those are random first chart number that will be displayed. Then CF set random is a randomize, that is a session dot participant. CF set session dot chart random range 175. So we are giving the range as a 1 to the 75. Then retrieve the first fact number, type, and the URL. This is not the USL, this is the URL corresponding for the chart number. This is the CF query name. Select one, data source is the session dot data source. Then select chart, fact type, URL from charts, where chart is the session chart. Then the CF query will be closed. So CF query will be closed, CF session will be closed. Then set the session for the variable names. There is a session dot facts, select one dot fact, select one dot type, select one dot URL. And with updating the course, we are using the dedications for the fact number displayed. So we are taking out the intent or insert code, data source, session dot data source. Insert into calls, session dot data variables. Set the initial value for the session counter, CF set, session counter 1, and the images will